The region's chairman of the Council of Ministers joined the referendum vote celebrations. Before joining revelers in Simferopol, he sent out a tweet reading, "Thanks to everyone who came today to the referendum and made my choice. Today we took a very important decision that will go down in history." While Crimean officials finish counting the ballots, the defense ministries of Ukraine and Russia are honoring a temporary truce to ease tensions created by the referendum. But the mood is somber in the Ukrainian capital, Kiev. Our team coverage continues now with CCTV's Andy Saputra live in Kiev. Andy, what's been the reaction there?
That's right, Anna. And here the scenes can't be more different than those of Crimea. As you can see behind me, the city is asleep. There's no activities. But earlier in the morning, we went and see some residents of Kiev. Some of them have turned to faith. They went to this church, an Orthodox church, as many believe that here. And they are all praying for Ukraine because there's an air of uncertainty here in Kiev on what will happen next because of the rhetorics between Kiev and Moscow and also the West. The Kiev government is maintaining that it will not recognize the result of this referendum, who it says it's illegal and there's no democracy under the barrel of a gun. And they will continue on this, and with their Western partners as well, the United States and also the European Union have backed them and threatened Russia with sanctions. And while behind me here at the Maidan Square, where so many have perished in fighting for change, we can hear all throughout the day, yesterday and today, perhaps today as well, a call to rally for the people, a call for nationalist unity to keep Ukraine together. So it's a totally different contrast here on the scenes of Crimea in Kiev. Anand?
Right, Andy, and as the Ukrainian leadership assesses the impact of what has taken place in Crimea today, I mean, how will they be seeing this? I mean, what's the impact going to be on Ukraine?
Well, the political impact for Ukraine will be tremendous. There will be definitely a high danger of making Crimea as a precursor to separatist movements, especially in Russian-speaking Ukrainian cities in the far east and in the far south, where they have a closer affinity to Moscow than to Kiev. We have already seen scenes from outer eastern cities like Donetsk and Kharkiv, where pro-Russian demonstrators are asking for the same referendum as Crimea is. And this is quite a big danger for Ukraine, that during the last election, a huge chunk of the east and on the south is pro-Russian, is considered as pro-Russian and voted for pro-Russian parties here. So Kiev is trying to damage control on what happens with Crimea, not to spread into their other regions.
Okay, thanks, Andy. Andy Saputra there talking to us from Kiev in Ukraine.